Good morning, all my peoples out there. Hope everybody doing good, man. Staying blessed, no stress for the 2020. You know we gonna make money plenty. You know what I mean? How's everybody doing, man? My windshield looking kind of dirty right now. Let me take care of that real quick. Still dirty. Anyways, man, today I want to talk to the over-the-road truck drivers today. Shout out to all the over-the-road truck drivers, man. We know you are out there making the ultimate sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get your experience, trying to take care of your family, trying to do what you got to do to survive in this lifetime, man. You know what it is? Because it could be worse, man. You gotta look at life like that. It could be a lot worse. But you decided to do what you gotta do to get ahead. You know what I mean? You gotta make that bread. You know what I mean? But today's video, I wanna talk to the over-road drivers, man. I wanna tell you about the things you need to know before you come into local trucking. You know what I mean? Because even though I try to get some drivers to come local and stuff like that, I still respect the process of being over the road, and I still respect the sacrifice that you guys make out there. You know what I mean? Because we all can't be local. Understand that. You know what I mean? So, the first thing you need to know before you come into local trucking is that local trucking is going to be a lot harder than being over the road. And when I say it's a lot harder, the schedule is more aggressive, and the schedule is more like repetitive, meaning that you're gonna be doing the same thing every single day. So that means that in local trucking, you don't get as much break and much free time as you do when you're over the road. So you can be over the road and you can do your miles for the week, and you could be chilling at a truck stop for the weekend on your 34. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't no chilling for local truckers. We work Monday to Friday. Some local truckers even work 6 days. You know what I mean? And the thing about local trucking, once you get out of work, you got responsibilities, man. You think your wife is just gonna let you go home and go to sleep? Nah, you gotta pick up the kids. You gotta go home. You gotta clean up if you're that type of person. You gotta cut the grass. And you gotta do all that stuff, man. You know what I mean? Which is when you're over the road, all you gotta do when you finish driving your 10 hours or 11 hours, all you gotta do is park that truck, get you a shower. That's if you get showers, get you something to eat, and go to sleep, man. Hopefully you find a little time to do some exercise. You see what I'm saying? So local trucking, man, is a different type of lifestyle. It's harder, man. Some of these jobs are really harder. Like, for instance, food service. Man, that's a hard job right there, man. You know what I'm saying? You can make some money in food service, but it's a really hard physical job. Not anybody can do it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So once you're over the road, if you think about coming local to get into food service, you know what I'm saying? Just think it out, think it through. Is it something you really want to do? You know, you just don't have a clue what you're about to get into. But I can assure you that it's not that difficult, man. It's hard, but it can be done, man. I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? But I just like to be honest with people, you know what I mean? And if you over the road right now and you think about coming to LTL, you might as well. But you gotta understand that in LTL, man, it's a lot of waiting you gotta do. I got friends in LTL, man. Some of these guys, they work until 6, 7 o'clock at night. The schedule is just like crazy, man. You know what I mean? I mean, you do go to work at a nice time. My friend, he go to work at 8 o'clock. He work for SAI. You know, but sometimes he don't get off till about 6, 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? So you got to think about what you do before you come into local trucking, man. Is local trucking for you? You know what I mean? You just don't have a clue what we do. But assure you, my friend, I'm here to tell you. You know what I mean? If you want to get into fuel hauling, that's delivering gas, diesel, stuff like that. Yo, they have a pretty tough schedule. Most companies, they work 12 to 12. They work 2 shifts. Any job you see that have 2 shifts, that's kind of difficult, people. I'm talking about 12 o'clock in the night to 12 p.m. the next day. Either you get the night shift or the day shift. The day shift or the night shift. And let me tell you something. Working throughout the night is not an easy thing to do. I'm just telling you, you just don't have no clue what we do. But I'm here to tell you. You know what I mean? It's not easy. But trust me, in due time, you will adjust. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to give you the information. That's all I can do. You know what I mean? And if you want to come local and working like, you know what I'm saying? Working like, you know, you can drive a dump truck or something like that, man. Now you got to deal with all that dust, deal with all that traffic, man. Locally, man, traffic is just crazy. Especially you live in like a busy city. Traffic is just ridiculous. And in local trucking, you know, when you're over the road and you're just out there driving, you know what I'm saying, you're all to yourself. You're kind of like your own boss out there because you don't really see no managers. You know, locally, you might see your manager every single day. You know what I mean? Are you ready for that? Are you really ready for that? You know what I mean? Every day. You know? And local trucking, man, it's just totally different, man. It's just totally different. It's more militant. You know what I mean? Like, especially when you go to work, man, you just find yourself like seeing the same signs all the time, the same trees. You know what I mean? You see the same garbage truck passing by. And it's just, everything is just repetitive, man. You know what I mean? At least when you're over the road, you guys always in a different state. You know what I mean? If you're not just hanging out at the truck stop, you can actually do something, whatever state you're in, man. Don't sit there in your truck on your 34. But locally, man, we just out here, man. But you know what? We make the best of it, though. You know, we make the best of what we do. You know what I mean? We get time to spend with the family. We get time to spend with our friends and stuff like that. Go out and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I like to tell drivers the honest truth, man. Is this for you? You know what I mean? Because nobody knows what's good for another man but the man. You know what I mean? That's why I never get caught up into this local versus OTR versus local, this and that and the third, because it ain't no really versus nothing, man. Every man have a different preference, you know? And all I can do is give you information. You know what I mean? Because if I was a single man with no kids, you know what I mean, and I had the opportunity to drive a truck, I would probably just drive that truck over the road. No bills, nothing. You know, and just drive the whole country. You know what I mean? So I don't want nobody that's going over the road, especially new drivers, man. I want to reach out to the new drivers, especially the new drivers. I don't want none of the new drivers that's going over the road right now. If you don't have that much responsibility, man, don't put the pressure on yourself to come local and pick the wrong job, man. You gotta take your time and make the right decision. That's the reason for this video, man. I don't want you to come local and pick a wrong job. These jobs are out here locally, man. Some of these jobs are so disrespectful. You know, you look in the papers. Well, you don't look in the papers no more. You know what I mean. You look in the computer the job site, and you look at some of these companies, what they want to pay, and it's just a slap in our face, man, as truck drivers, how hard we out here working and grinding. You know what I'm saying? We out here grinding, but the company want to be shining while they nickel and diming us. You know, that just don't make no sense, man. Like, some of these companies, they just don't want to pay locally. I'm talking about locally. So once you're over the road, man, take your advantage and take your time and find the right job. Don't be in such a rush. Sometimes you might rush into the wrong things, man. You might end up being with a company, and that's how a lot of guys, they end up coming local. They work for a company for a couple of weeks, and they go over the road, and they keep repeating that trend over and over and over and over again. And the reason they do that is because they was not prepared. So you guys have the advantage right now. You guys are just driving, and when you guys are parked, you guys actually have free time to sit there and look for the right job. You know, decide what you want to do locally. You know what I mean? But it's just a lot of things you got to know before you come local, man. You know, there's a lot of things you got to know. Like for me, for instance, right? I go to work. My start time is usually around anywhere from 2 to 4 o'clock, right? But it's normally around 4, right? So I usually put in about 9 hours for the day, 9 to 10 hours. I don't work that crazy of hours, right? But when I'm finished with work, you would think that working so early in the morning, I should go to sleep, right? No, I'm not sleeping, people. What I do when I finish with work, depending on what time it is, man, I gotta drive to my kid's school, and I gotta park. I gotta wait for my daughter to get out of school. Then I gotta go to my son's school. I gotta pick him up. Then I go home. I gotta make sure they do their homework. You know what I mean? Because their mom is still at work. Make sure they do their homework. Make sure they get something to eat. And by the time I sit there and I unwind, man, you know, and most of the time, sometimes I have time to take the kids to the park or something like that. But the majority of the days, we're just ripping and running, man, trying to get the homework done, trying to get some lunch or dinner, and depending on what time it is. And that's just the fact of being locally, man. Locally comes with a lot of responsibilities, but you got to look at it this way. Look at it this way, people. Look at it this way, over the road drivers. If you wasn't doing that, you would leave all that responsibility on your wife or your baby mother or your girlfriend or your wife's sister. That would be a big problem if that was your wife's sister. Don't mess around with your wife's sister. But I'm saying, do you want to leave all that responsibility on them? You know what I mean? And that's up to you. That's up to what you guys got going on. You know, what type of agreement you guys come up to. But I'm just here to give you the information, you know. And me personally, it's been helpful that I'm local. You know, it's been helpful with the family. It's been helpful with the kids and stuff like that. You know, and it's just happier, man. My life is just happier, you know what I mean? So, all over the road drivers, man, I was just dropping this video to give you some insights. You know what I mean? It's not wrong, it's not right, you know? And just think about this, man, before you decide to come local, man. Just don't be in a rush to end up with a job that is not all that. You know what I mean? Take your time out there and find the right job. You don't have nothing but time. Be patient. Believe in your process. And in due time, you'll be just fine. You know what I mean? Take your time. And you're going to end up shining, that is. Alright, y'all, man. That's all I got for y'all today. Y'all make sure y'all be good out there. Take your time out there on the road. Drive safe, be safe. You know, act right, be right. And keep that wheels of the fate.